North-South connection. Hey, it's Aaron. We're back. This is a special edition. I got no holds barred on the screen. I got North-South on the screen. It's not no holds barred since JT's not here. But it's a solo thing, and I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. So hopefully this doesn't turn out too poorly. Hope you're doing well. This is the Ultimate Royal Rumble card. So I can make up some sort of excuse and say, I was waiting till the 2024 Rumble to see if anything happened there that affected this. If you want to believe that, you can. But the truth is, I just ran out of time before. But it was good because it let me watch 2024, see if any of these guys needed to come in. And they don't, because it was kind of an uneventful Rumble. I'm not saying it's bad or good or whatever, but I don't think there's anything that really stood out. So what is an Ultimate Royal Rumble? Well, just very quickly, it's a Royal Rumble. We're going to have 30 men. I'm only doing the men because the women, I don't think there's been enough to spread it out. And for instance, we're picking the best guy to come in at number 1, the best guy to come in at number 2, the best guy to come into number 3, et cetera, along with the year. And that's what's going to lead us into building this Ultimate Royal Rumble match. So just before I dive into it, because I won't take up too much more time before I do, I just want to let you know that it's one, you can only use a guy once, and once he's used, he's gone. Now, some of them, there's a couple of numbers where there wasn't a lot of choices, so it might seem a little odd that that's kind of who we picked, or who I picked. I'm saying we, but I'm not using the royal we, it's me. But it just means that, the second best, the best choice maybe was the best choice for a different number, right? So that's how it is. That's what we're going to do. And I hope you will enjoy this journey. Let me know in the comments, build your own card and whatnot if you'd like with your favorites. And let me know what I got wrong. At Aaron D. Justice. Aaron D. Justice is on the, I can't work this camera, right there. Put an ad in front of it on Twitter. Let me know. Check out all the great stuff going on North-South. The everyday WrestleMania matches. JT and Ryan breaking them down. Check out War. Check out Warzone. Check out No Holds Barred. But if you like content like this, like, subscribe, what have you. Let's do it. The Royal Rumble. Here we go. Let's all find out who drew number 1. You don't necessarily expect this guy. You don't necessarily expect him to be the number 1 pick. But Gunther from 2023 gets my nod. Kind of an unlikely guy. There's a few good choices at number 1. But Gunther at number 1 in 2023, he really holds the match together. Really a coming out party for him too. He lasts 71 minutes. He throws 5 guys out. But what I love about this performance, number one, by the end, you think he can win, even though going into it, he's not a favorite. But number 2, he is super, super, super active, right? He's super active throughout. He's chopping Sheamus. He's chopping Drew. He's going face-to-face with Brock. There's a lot to love about this performance. Gunther's a beast. I love it. I don't necessarily want to go over all the options for him for number 1. I think there's a bunch that stand out. I would never put Shawn Michaels 95 at 1. I just don't think it's that great a performance. But a match with Gunther anchoring it, great stuff. Let's all find out who drew number 2. It's a small picture. This is a last-minute one, to be honest. And quite frankly, guys, it should have been Vince. It should have been Vince, but I don't want to celebrate him right now. I'm not trying to be woke or anything like that. It's nothing like that. But I just think that, hey, I'm going to talk about how great this performance is. I wasn't really in the mood to do that with all the allegations and whatnot. So let's go with Backlund. Plus 1993 gets a little bit 1993, which is cool, gets a little bit of love here, which I'm definitely grateful for, because 93 is a really fun year. But it's not a great Rumble. Backlund lasts over an hour, breaks the record. And my enduring memory of Backlund is it's like he's not involved in the match that much, but he's there and he's lasting and no one really cares because he runs out at the beginning with no music. And by the end, he tosses, I think it's Martel, he tosses over the top. And it's like the fans start to buy in. Like earlier than Martel, the fans were biting at his, they were definitely biting on his near eliminations, which is something that, is not always true for a guy like Backlund. But they were biting, they were screaming. It was really fun. So I wanted to give him some love here in lieu of Vince, which I think is fair. I mean, look, Vince was great in 99, but he's not in the match the whole time. We lose him on commentary, but that's fine. Another option that I didn't touch for 2, really a good option, I think, is Chris Jericho from 03. Comes in, attacks Michaels, and lasts most of the match. So, but let's move on to our number 3 entrant. I think this one, if you're a wrestling fan, you're going to know who this is immediately. And yeah, we're going with the old music. We have no choice. Yes, I love this tune. Obviously, Ric Flair from 1992, greatest Rumble of all time. I don't know if it's obvious anymore, but greatest Rumble performance to go with it. I mean, look at that face. That man has been through a lot. He went through, he took it to the Undertaker. He took it to the Sids. He took it to the Hogans. But look, by now it's almost a cliche to say that Ric Flair is, the greatest Royal Rumble performer of all time. But you can't have a number 3 without thinking of him. So Ric Flair comes in number 3. I mean, look, in the ring already, Backlund, Flair, and Gunther, that's going to be a stiff fucking fight. And I am here for it. But number 4, here we go. Now, a bit on the outside of this one. Yeah, there he is. It's good. There we go. Big Jake, 1990 Jake. Now look, I can fully accept that this is not necessarily the most popular choice for number 4. But when you think about it, there's not that many great number 4s. There's an obvious one from 98 that I'm going to use an elsewhere. So I think this is a safe choice because Jake is the kind of guy that when you look at his Royal Rumble career, he really helps every match he's in, whether it's 88, whether it's 90, even 92. He always shows up, even 96. He's so over that he gives you someone that you're cheering for the whole match. And I think with Gunther and Backlund and Flair, I'd love to see face Jake go up against Flair. We only got heel Jake when Flair was in the promotion at the time. So I think that's a lot of fun. And yeah, I think he could do some damage in there too. Number 5. Obvious. There he is. 1997. Stone Cold Steve Austin. 97. Bit of an underrated Rumble, I think. People tend to criticize it for having the great number of luchadors in it, and that's true. I mean, we did the Iron Man and Iron Maidens. We talked about how Austin was that good, right? But he is that good here. He really is. He's phenomenal in this match. I honestly think this performance, and maybe this is blasphemy, I think this performance is as good as Ric Flair from 1992. It's very similar. They both last a long time. Austin is 5 instead of Ric Flair 3. The Rumble itself is shorter, but Austin is so active. Now, there's an argument to be made that they're both incredible at carrying the little moments in between. But what I love about this performance is Austin finds a unique way to win. His reactions are great. I love the Bret Hart stuff. So, I mean, with Flair and Austin in this thing, it's pretty wide open. Let's go to number 6. Number 6 is another one. Wow, what a big red machine. 2001. What an unlikely Iron Man. I don't want to get too much on the Iron Man stuff. On the Iron Man. And Kane in this match goes above and beyond. You'd think he was just kind of hanging around. He eliminates like 11 guys. He's active, and he's the runner-up. I mean, he's the one who takes the chair shots from Austin. He gets to toss the Rock. And he's one of these guys that comes in and you're like, there's no way. And then by the end, it's like, well, maybe. I mean, doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Putting him in this Rumble at 6 is the one that personally hurt me the most, because it allows us to omit Rick Martel from 1991. And I love me some Rick Martel 91. But I got to give the nod to Kane. Big Red Machine, incredible in 2001. Let's go to number 7. Oh, that sounds like a truck. Big Daddy. He's big. He's cool. He's big Daddy cool. I know this wasn't his music at the time, but it's just so much better than the stuff he's wearing. I look how mean he looks here. 94 is a sneaky Rumble, which I think is really fun. And Diesel's a major part of it, because you remember the dual winners. You remember Bret Hart with the injury, but you also, one of the biggest highlights of this and potentially job saving was Diesel just tossing those guys out, right? One after the other, after the other. And if urban legend is to be believed, it saved his job. But it initiated the Diesel push in the match. He looks, why is he's very angry. I love the mullet. I love about his performance too, the heel beatdown of Doink. I love the heels going at him, Crush and Bam Bam. Number one, him and Crush allowing Bam Bam to beat up Doink. But then once Doink was gone, the three of them going at it, you don't get to see kind of three Hoss heels fighting that much. So I love that aspect of it. And I even love how he's eliminated, how like Shawn is kind of ambiguous about it. It's not, it's like, it's very clear he's involved, but I don't know if he sees. So it's just really well done. It's a great performance. Definitely deserves to be on the Ultimate Rumble. Let's go to number 8. See if we get another big guy. Oh, dead man walking. Yeah. Look, this we did now at the Royal Rumble, which was what I thought a very fun show on the network. By the wayside, sadly. This Undertaker from 2002 ended up. I mean, if we had finished, I'm sure it's finishing high, because it was such an incredible performance, all within like a 10-minute span. You got all the stuff with Maven. You got him killing the Hardys. I just loved all of it. I love the moment where Jeff and Matt and Lita get in the ring and they all start kicking him together. But the Maven thing makes this, and the incredible murder of Maven that follows, where he beats him up in the stands. He eats popcorn, drags him around, just bludgeons him into oblivion. But it's such a fun segment, and it goes to show. And this Diesel speaks to this too, but Undertaker's in the ring even less, that you don't, and this is where they're missing a bit with the modern stuff, is you don't absolutely have to have the Iron Man be the only highlight, or have the guy who throws out all the most guys be the only highlight. You can create these unforgettable moments, and it's a wonderful place to do it. Like, I mean, if they wanted, I'm sure if Flair wasn't game, you could have done Maven Undertaker at Mania. Now, he would have been murdered again, but that's okay. He could have been killed twice. People die twice sometimes. Number 9, not a very strong one, I'll be honest. What? But it allows one of my favorite guys of all time, the Weekend. Listen, this is from 2012, Antonio Morella. And I gotta say, this entrance theme is one of the greatest opening match entrance themes of all time. Because you're at a house show and you hear this, what a great first guy to bring out. But I don't want to say that he's like incredible in this match or anything. It's not really true. But I think every match needs some levity. And if you're only going to pick one guy to do it, it's Santino. He's invited in any match that I can watch. I put him in Hogan versus Andre from WrestleMania 3 just to see what it looked like. But there were some good choices at 9. Not any kind of crazy ones, but the ones I considered Drew from 2023. I really like his run in that, but I think he's got a better one. So we'll see about that. And the other one that gets omitted as this is, and it's a small one, but I like Johnny Knoxville in 2022. I mean, the way he just came in and got his ass kicked. It set up the feud with Sami Zayn. And up until recording, I was kind of leaning towards Knoxville. You know, I have a celebrity in there, but I struggle with not getting Santino in. I think especially too, if you put him in the ring, what I ultimately came down to is look at the 3 guys that just came in before him. Kane, Diesel, and Undertaker. And I think there's probably some incredible humor to be had. with this particular guy following those three. I think that is a hilarious proposition, and I would like to see his face as he has to come down and fight them. Number 10 might do a little bit better. We'll see. Seth Rollins, 2019 comes in at 10. You know, this guy in the fluorescent shirt in the front that I'm circling, Mike King's recognizing now. What does that say? Not a great Royal Rumble, I don't think, 2019. Not because of him winning or anything like that. I know I cut it off right before the chant, but I don't like the chant. Not because he won. I thought his performance in it was fine. Lasted a long time. He threw out a bunch of guys, but it was more kind of an innocuous Rumble. Like, we kind of figured it was him, and it ended up being him. And it's fine that it's predictable, but they didn't do enough in the match to make you doubt. That's more the issue I had with it. It's funny because you probably get a nice little Seth Rollins, Ric Flair sequence here. Seth Rollins, Bob Backlund, or even Seth Austin. There's a lot of interesting options with him in here. I don't think it's like the greatest run of all time, but I think he definitely deserves to be there. But let's find out who drew number 11. No music for this one. Because it's fucking Andre the Giant from 1990. I think you can go with 89 as well. I think both of these runs are interesting. This run, he's a bit more tired. This is the best picture I could find, him hugging Dusty. And I can only imagine he is gasping for breath at this moment. And Dusty and Piper are being slowly suffocated into his bosoms. But you got to have Andre in one of these things. There's not a ton of great choices at 11. And there's a bunch of mediocre choices. Like you could do Savage in 94. You could throw Maven in to have Undertaker murder him, which I thought about. Carlito in 06, Jericho 09. There's a couple of Sheamus runs that are fun. But look, you got to have Andre in here. And another guy for Santino to square off against. Maybe I'm booking this match too much along Santino. My plan is not to book. In fact, by the end, I want you to tell me who should have won, who should have been the Iron Man and stuff like that, if this was a match. But this is whatever. It's a vanity pick probably. But I love Andre, and I want him in this. So let's go with number 12. If anyone is going to go after Andre the Giant, I want to see Brock Lesnar F5 Andre the frickin' Giant. I want to see Brock Lesnar pick Santino Marella up over his head and hurl him into the audience because like this is just a killer. Like, if you have like Diesel and Kane and Undertaker and Andre the Giant, man, I'm okay with Brock murdering them. I'm okay with Brock going one-on-one with Austin. I'm picking his 2023 run. Brock is a tough one in the Rumble. I think now that he's in, I think another number one we could talk about that doesn't get talked about enough is his 2020. I think Brock in 2020 does a fantastic job at number one. He's super strong. He's going one-on-one with everybody. He's throwing everybody out. He has some challenges, but I think it's a really good performance. I don't think it's as good as Gunther though. And his other ones, he comes in late, and it's even this one, 2023. It's not that great. He comes in, he's in like 2-3 minutes. He throws everybody out, and then Lashley tosses him. There's always the shock. I don't know why we're shocked when Brock Lesnar gets thrown out now. It's like when we're shocked when Kane doesn't win. Kane, Big Show, or Mabel, when they come in and they're like, well, how are they going to get him out? How are they going to get him out, Kang? Well, how? Just watch the tape from all the previous years. We'll figure it out. But he's another one. Like, he keeps getting thrown out by guys. But I want him in this. I want the star power. Look, the number 12 spot is not the choices are like Gangrel from 2000 and RVD from 03. Like, Brock is a good choice here. But number 13, I think, is a very good choice, especially considering where we're at right now with wrestling. I agree.
What the Rock is
cooking. There he is. There he is with that H word. Can't believe you got away with that shit for so long. Lost among the great performances in the 2001 Royal Rumble is The Rock, coming in at 13. He lasts like 39 minutes. He throws out a bunch of guys. He's a conceivable winner. But what's great about his performance here is it's pure energy the whole time. He is just on fire the whole match. He's throwing punches, dropping elbows. But you got to be involved in these things. Like right now, so far, everyone we've named is someone who comes in, makes a difference in the match, and is like even Brock. Brock's in there 3 minutes, but it's 3 minutes of him doing shit, right? Same thing with Rock here. It's exactly the same thing. He is a force in the 2001 Rumble, coming in at number 13. Number 14, well, one of my favorites. This to me, 2018 is probably the best modern Royal Rumble. Probably the best Rumble. It might be the best Rumble since 1990. Like truth be told, I love this match. Nakamura comes in 14 and does a wonderful job. And they do. It's really the key to this Rumble is it's so wonderfully booked. So you got the 3 old guys and 3 young guys at the end, and they fight. And it comes down to Reigns and Cena. And whenever it's fucking Reigns, you're like, oh, God, here we go. He's going to win again. But he pulls it out. Now, it's too bad they didn't stick the landing at WrestleMania, but it is what it is. But for this one moment, Nakamura felt like the biggest star in the world. And this, to me, was like, ever since he came to North America, I don't feel we've gotten Nakamura. We haven't gotten our Nakamura, right? We've gotten kind of half Nakamura. Here he was on fire. We got him in the first match with Zayn, and then we got him here. I love his performance here. It's intense. He throws a bunch of guys out, and the closing sequence with Reigns is incredible, where they're crisscrossing with a spear and then the knee, and then he scoops him up. He scoops him up, and you're like, oh my God, they're actually going to do it. What we're going to do right now is bring out number 15. Go back in time. Roddy Piper from 1992. This is a great run as well. 92 has so much going on in it. Like, there's so many guys we could talk about in 92, and we've already talked about one. We might talk about another. You could not. Shawn Michaels in 92 is a really great choice also. But I think if you're going to pick someone for number 15, look, the people I didn't pick Cody Rhodes in 09, who's very influential in the end. I didn't pick Jericho in 2000. He's not in there long enough. Bam Bam 94, who's the Iron Man of the match, is a choice. The closest I came here, and it hurt me, was Randy Savage from 89. But I just think Piper has such a great impact on the match. He comes out when Flair is alone. He fights him. He murders him with the sleeper while Jake watches. He's got the cool elimination pulling on, this doesn't look good, pulling on IRS's tie, even though Bobby is convinced every time that he's got him by the tongue. But again, Piper's pure energy. And in a Royal Rumble, you want guys that are pure energy. Everybody is so over in this Ultimate Royal Rumble. Number 16, another guy, super over. No, I didn't mean to put the Scottish guys back to back. This motherfucker is this music. Every time I hear this music coming out, I'm like, oh, who is this? But again, 2020, I guess it's because it's before the pandemic, has kind of become that forgotten Royal Rumble. It was super well booked. The right guy went over. And it's one of those ones where it's like, oh, good, they do know how to do this. Drew's a beast. His intensity with Brock is what sells it for me. He comes out, and you can see he's serious. Ricochet's already in the ring. And you can see him mouthing like, I've waited for this a long time. And he just delivered. He throws out Brock almost immediately, lasts till the end, lasts all the other bullshit that's happening around him. Beats, again, Roman at the end. They're really smart with putting Roman at the end of these things. It really is. We'll talk to you. We're going to talk about Roman, obviously, at some point. So, but Drew in 2020 is an all-time performance for me. For me, it beats out. The hardest one it beats out for me is Jake from 92, which I love. I love Jake in 92. I love Randy Orton in 07. Matt Riddle in 21 is pretty good. Arn from 89, but nothing touches this. He's just on fire. Now, I've got a potential winners. This next guy coming in at 17 is not a potential winner. Here we are. Woo! It's Owen Hart from 1996, which I think is his best Rumble run. My favorite thing he does in the whole match is the shrug elimination of Hakushi. Hakushi gets on his shoulders and just shrugs him out. We got a lot of superstars. I know Owen's a superstar in his own right, but you need guys that you're like, how the hell is he hanging in there, right? And like a guy like Dom Mysterio, right? And this is what I think Owen Hart's role in this match is going to be. You could have taken Daniel Bryan from 21. You could have taken Goldust from 98. Tully from 89 or the Godfather. But I think Owen is probably the most interesting to have in the match. And it might be fun. I think it'd be fun to have him there. And now let's all find out who picked number 18.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy.
I know it's not flattering, the picture, but Sean is 2010 his best Rumble appearance? I don't know. I think 94 might be, but 2010, he weaves such a good story. If you take out his bullshit acting at the end, he does such a great job. I love the turning on Triple H to kick him out and put him out of the ring. I love that he so needs to win the match to fight The Undertaker. He lasts till the end, and you can see every near elimination. Like, this was his to lose. Every near elimination was crazy for Sean. He was just trying and trying and trying to do everything, and the fans were biting on everything. And even the way at the end, how he does the elimination, where he goes over the ropes and he holds on, and you see his fingers slowly moving and slowly, and he lets go. It's great until he starts, what do you mean? Like, he turned into a Looney Tunes character. But before that, it's stellar, and it really makes the match. It makes everything feel so much more important. Shawn Michaels 2010 is number 18. Who number 19? Real blast, real fast. Haven't heard this song in a while. Dean Ambrose from 2016. All right, 2016 is kind of another forgotten Rumble. We all AJ Styles is obviously another choice for number 3, but you can't put him ahead of Ric Flair. And this was another one where, you know, they had 2014. I would say I'd say since 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 5 years in a row of what I think are subpar Rumbles. And this one, maybe it's because the title's on the line, but it just felt like they just booked it like the Rumbles of old, which I thought was a lot of fun. Ambrose comes in at 19, really good run, lasts till the end, and is credible enough against Triple H at the end that you could conceivably see him. Winning the whole thing. Now he doesn't, but they do enough to tease it. So whatever. I think it's a good showing. Earlier in the night, he had the great match with Kevin Owens. This is a fun one. I like Dean Ambrose here. 10 left. Who's number 20? Who is it? Rob Van Dam in 2006. 20 is one of those numbers that it has one choice that I think is really good, but we're not going to use it because we're using that guy at a different time. I'm not going to mention it now, but you'll figure it out by then. But Rob Van Dam here, it's not like it's an all-time performance or anything, but of the people that came in 20, he's the one that makes the most sense. 2006 is his year. And he doesn't have a horrible time in there either. He does quite well, all things considered, for the amount of time that he's actually in there. So he comes in, he's in 24 minutes. He eliminates 4 guys. You know, it's not nothing, right? And it's rare. It's better than him coming in 2002 and getting pedigreed by Triple H. Yeah, we're going to talk about Triple H. But first, let's do 21. 2020, Edge. 10 years after his last surprise appearance in 2010, he makes the surprise appearance in 2020, a match that's already going super well. And then, so imagine 2020, the 2020 Rumble's already very good, like very, very good. And then he comes in with this surprise, and he's really stellar in the match. He's a force in the match. They had that moment with him and Orton where we're like, wow, you're looking shredded, you know? I love that. It's crazy when the WWE did their list recently where it's like the best Rumble returns. Like, come on, this is number 1. Like, it's clearly number 1. It's the most emotional. It's had the most impact, and he had the best impact on the match. For whatever reason, they put it 12. Probably spite. I'm going to say it's spite. But in our match, he's still a surprise. All right, let's still make him a surprise. Comes in, and maybe number 22 will throw him right out. What do you think? Oh, yeah, number 22 is definitely going to throw his ass out. This is 2003 Triple H, which, you know, I guess you got to give it to him. This was his year. As much as I don't always disagreed with him being the main event of WrestleMania 2002, I get why they did. comes in, throws out a bunch of guys, last eliminating Angle. 2002 is a sneaky good Rumble too. But Triple H is good here. He's good. He doesn't eat anybody up too much. You get the cool choke slam spot with Hurricane and Austin. There's good stuff. If Austin's still in this thing, he's fun. I'm not going to praise Triple H anymore. Number 23, bring him out. Bring him out. You hear the music? It's hard. Oh, I can barely hear it. There he is. So Luger, Lex Luger in 94, co-winner. So obviously he was doing good stuff in the match. But he was actually very fun to watch in the Rumble. His offense is very high impact. He threw a ton of guys out. I just think it's a good performance all in. And the choices are not crazy. You can do Triple H 99. You can do Diesel 96. Sorry, not Diesel 96. Shawn 07. Mr. Perfect 91. This is good. This is good because he's a winner here. And fuck it, I like Luger. Watching WCW has given me an entirely new view on Luger. I think he's a tremendous talent. And in there with the right people, as he would be here, he'd be in with Michaels, he'd be in with Triple H, he'd be in with Edge, he'd be in with Owen Hart. Could throw those guys around. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And some props too. Give some props to Lex Luger. And give some props to number 24. There he is. Everybody's favorite giant, large man. Look at him throwing out John Cena. I believe this is from the 2004 Rumble where he's throwing him out. Big Show's interesting in this one because it's not the best. It's not like he's a force in there for that long. But for a big guy, 23 minutes is long. He throws out 4 guys, but more important than any of that, he ends up being the last guy that Benoit throws out. And when you're watching it, you're like, oh, are they going to give it to Show? Because you're still not believing it's going to be Benoit. Even the way he chokes him out. I think Show adds to the allure of the match. He adds to Benoit's victory. I like this pick. Number 25. Oh, yeah. 1990 Hulk Hogan. He's body slamming Big Show. Whoever's booking this, he's body slamming the Big Show. But, look, all joking aside, Hogan in the 80s and 90s, early 90s, of course. You can't have a Royal Rumble without him. I think this is probably his best performance in it, in terms of, him lasting and not being an asshole to Randy Savage. He's feuding with Randy Savage in that movie, right? 13 minutes, 6 eliminations. When he comes in, the thing goes wild. You got the stare down with Warrior, which is angry Warrior. But it is what it is. You can only fit so many guys in. Maybe he's the potential winner of this thing, but no matter what, he's definitely a force. Hulk Hogan at 25 is my pick. Number 26. Let's go America, baby. I know it's not from him in there, but come on. Look at this. What is wrong with him? Kurt Angle, 2002. Great performance from him. It's the kind of thing you wish he could have been in there longer. You wish he would have won. You wish they would have built the whole company around Kurt Angle instead of Triple H. There's lots of what ifs here. Kurt Angle in 02 is very good, though. He's pushing aside Hogan from 92, but you got him already at 90. Mankind 97 is another interesting choice on this one. So, but it is what it is. I think getting Angle in here is important, and especially with number 27 coming up. I want Angle fighting this too. And listen, if you have a problem with how long he gets to the ring, then you hate the story. Because his leg is broken. Get his leg from under his leg. Expect him to run to the ring quick. And heaven forbid Owen Hart is still in this match when this guy gets out. But look, this is a tremendous performance from Bret. Not only does he win over the crowd and wins the main event and in all of this, but he sells the leg the whole time. He's exciting. Despite the fact that he comes in number 27 in 1994, he's still in there for 15 minutes. He eliminates 5 guys. So it's like he's in there a while. He's in there a while, and he has a major impact on the match, considering he won it. Also, what I think is his absolute best attire. So Bret Hart, number 27. Number 28, though, might have a problem with Bret. It's the big dog, Roman Reigns. I want big dog Roman Reigns here because I think once they get to 2017, when Orton wins. Let's look into that one. They've figured out that, wait a minute, we put Roman in PA. We put Roman Reigns in PA, and everyone's going to think we're making him win. And it's going to make them pop for whoever is the last guy. So it's like, I don't know if everybody was really excited about Orton winning in 2017, but they were certainly excited about him putting out Reigns. Now, this is Reigns from 2018, but I think any of those years are very interchangeable in terms of and 2020 also, in terms of his impact on the match. It's a really unique position they've got him in, but it's so effective. And it has to do with him, but it also has to do with our expectation of him being pushed over everyone. 29, if you know me, you know who this is. Yeah. This is the best theme song of all time, number one. Sid Justice, 1992. Look, we're sacrificing Brock Lesnar 03, Edge 20, and Owen 99, Haku 01, and Logan Paul in 2023. But come on, it's fucking Sid. Get the press conference out of this. We got him throwing Sergeant Slaughter into the corner. We got him smashing the Cartel's face in the corner, like peeling it back. I don't know what he was trying to remove his face. And like the thing with all of that is you're trying to remove a face? Anyway, Sid is the best. He should have won. He won this match fair and square, except for that no good Hulk Hogan and Jack Tunney's bogus decision that he ever pulled off. But yeah, Sid's my man. I can't have a Rumble without him. And look, if you're going to argue with me about this list, I'm happy with it. I'm not going to back down from Sid. I can't. And I'm not going to back down from my pick at number 30. Come on, you know who this is. It can only be one guy. Remember everybody being surprised? Oh my God, he's only been out like 3 months. It doesn't make any sense. What's going on? It's John Cena at number 30. The best. Look, I said this. I said that Edge is the best return of all time. This is the best. If Edge is the best return of all time, this is the best surprise of all time. Not that Edge wasn't surprising. It was too. He wasn't gone long enough for it really to be a return, right? I guess, or whatever. Maybe I'm just bullshitting and categorizing them. But the fans were so excited that they forgot they hated him. That's what's great about it. They're like, yeah, oh yeah, we hate him. Woo! Comes in, wins, solid. His arm looks good. He's pointing at his tricep. So there you got it. We trucked down the 30 guys. Look, I hope you like this. If you didn't, it's okay. I know not everything I do is wonderful. But if you did, give us a like, give this a share, let us know. And by all means, please jump on and book this thing for me. Like, tell me who's the Iron Man, who eliminates the most guys, who wins, what's the big story coming out? Or if you want, do your own. I'm sure Mr. Trent Williams will do his own, as he does for all of our cards. But let me know, and I'll try to engage on all of them on YouTube. Thanks for spending 38 minutes with me. It's a week late. Fuck it. 2024 changed nothing. No holds barred. Royal Rumble. Ultimate Royal Rumble.